Hello everyone, my name is Irema Salmenova and today I will present my e-portfolio capstone project called Global Lessons Local Adaptations Roadmap for Kazakhstan. In this project, I explore how successful global models, especially Harvard University, can inspire the strategic development of Nazarbayev University. I compare the two institutions to understand their strengths, resources, and approaches to innovation, entrepreneurship, and sustainability. But before I start, I want to introduce myself a little more. I'm a student of Digital Public Administration 2502 at I2 University. I chose to study business administration at I2 because it combines business and modern technology. I2's focus on innovation and technology gives me a stronger future-oriented foundation compared to traditional business programs. This program helped me understand how global practices can be adapted to Kazakhstan, an idea that inspired my capstone project. Now let's begin with the structure of my portfolio. I provided it with company profiles of both Harvard University and Nazarbayev University, highlighting governance, funding, and innovation ecosystems. Then a detailed executive summary report with research findings and strategic recommendations, an integrated comparison using frameworks like the balanced scorecard, triple helix model, and human capital theory. A 12-month roadmap for implementation, including clear KPIs and action plans, and a video presentation summarizing insights and outcomes. Here we can see key strengths of Harvard, including a massive endowment exceeding $15 billion, primarily from alumni donations and research grants, then a global research network and partnerships with leading institutions worldwide, innovation labs that support startups and entrepreneurship. Then strong programs incorporate social responsibility and sustainability. Nazarbayev University, founded in 2010 in Astana, represents Kazakhstan's vision for modern, internationally competitive higher education. NU's key strengths including international collaboration with Cambridge, Duke, and University of Wisconsin, scholarships for talented students to attract high-potential learners, a growing focus on AI and sustainability initiatives, supports for entrepreneurship through platforms like Astana Hub and Technopark. So here I present the 12-month roadmap for the Global Lessons Local Adaptations project at Nazarbayev University, covering 6 key goals: integrating AI into teaching and research, strengthening entrepreneurship, building an alumni network, enhancing international collaboration, launching sustainability initiatives, and monitoring progress. Each goal includes specific actions, responsible teams, timelines, and KPIs to clearly track implementation and effectiveness. This roadmap ensures a structured approach, measurable results, and the flexibility to adapt to changes. The Student Independent Studies section demonstrates the work I completed on my own outside of class. This includes reading academic articles, exploring strategic frameworks like the balanced scorecard and triple helix, and gathering data from official sources. I also independently wrote the executive summary, conducted institutional comparisons, and evaluated strengths and weaknesses of the universities. This section highlights my ability to manage my own workload, think critically, and apply theory to real-life educational institutions. It reflects my discipline, research skills, and personal contribution to the project. In the activities section, I present all the major steps and tasks that shaped my capstone project. This includes selecting the topic, defining the research questions, and studying global models such as Harvard University. I also describe how I analyzed Nazarbayev University, compared both institutions, and developed a strategic roadmap for Kazakhstan. Each activity reflects how my project evolved from the first idea to the final strategic recommendations. This section shows the full scope of my work, my involvement, and how each task contributed to the final outcome. The weekly section outlines how my project developed week by week throughout the semester. It shows what tasks I completed each week, from choosing the topic and collecting data to designing visuals, creating the roadmap, and preparing my final presentation. This timeline demonstrates that my project was not done at once, but through consistent effort, planning, and improvement. The weekly structure also helps track my progress, identify challenges I worked through, and show how the project became more detailed and refined over time. And now I'm excited to present the executive summary on how global lessons from Harvard University can be adapted to strengthen Nazarbayev University's sustainability, entrepreneurship, and career development model in Kazakhstan. Using frameworks like the triple helix model, the balanced scorecard, and human capital theory, we compared strategies in finance, innovation, and human capital. Harvard's diversified funding, innovation ecosystem, and integrated career practices ensure long-term autonomy, while NU still relies heavily on state funding and is in the early stage of CSR and entrepreneurial initiatives. To address this, the report proposes a 12-month roadmap with clear KPIs, including establishing an endowment task force, launching alumni and corporate campaigns, expanding faculty programs, building industry partnerships, enhancing career platforms, and fostering student startups. By implementing these steps, NU can transition into a self-sustaining, innovative, and globally competitive university, turning global lessons into local impact and aligning with Kazakhstan's national innovation strategy. Finally, I have included all sources, literature, and references to ensure transparency and credibility of the research. This includes academic papers, institutional reports, and case studies from Harvard, NU, and global education research. Thank you for taking the time to explore my e-portfolio. I hope this project demonstrates how global lessons can be adapted to local context and how strategic thinking can contribute to the modernization and sustainability of higher education in Kazakhstan.
We spend more money on higher education than any other country, and yet they're turning our students into communists and terrorists. We can't let this happen. It's time to offer something dramatically different.
That's a video from Trump's campaign, released in November 2023.
Today I want to talk about an important issue raised in the video, the growing tension between the government and universities, and how it affects science and innovation. Recently, the Trump administration demanded that Harvard University provide a full list of patents developed with federal funding and explain how those patents are being used. This relates to the Bayh-Dole Act, a law that allows the government to intervene in taxpayer-funded inventions and are not serving the public interest. Why did this create such a strong reaction? Because Harvard holds thousands of patents and is one of the world's leading research institutions. If the government decided to use its machine rights, meaning it can step in and change or take away license, it will set a major precedent for all American universities. This situation could affect three key areas. First, academic freedom and the independence of research institutions may be at risk if the government begins to dictate which studies are acceptable and how their results should be used. Second, innovation and partnerships between universities and businesses may suffer. Companies are willing to invest in research only when they can rely on stable intellectual property rights. When the government can intervene, the risks increase and the motivation to innovate decreases. And third, students and young researchers, since strong science can only grow in an environment with independence, stable funding, and trust.
What can be done?
As students and young researchers, we must understand that science is not only about talent and ideas, it is also about the conditions that allow those ideas to grow. Proper funding, legal protection, and clear, transparent rules. We should be asking critical questions. How is research funded? Who will own the results? How will they be used? In conclusion, when universities and governments start competing not for education or science, but for control over knowledge itself, it signals that our research and education system is at a turning point. And it depends on all of us whether we can preserve the environment where world-changing ideas are born. Thank you for your attention.